And for your information, this is not a recession indicator. This is an autonomy indicator, okay? So every day I have a little routine with my cats where consistently around the same time, I want my cats to be able to expect to get breakfast, clean litter, and something fun to do every time they start their day. While doing this routine, I started to slowly run out of ideas for ways to enrich my cats. I, like many cat owners, thought to myself, if my cats want more entertainment, I have to go buy that. So I would go buy more cat toys, more enrichment. Over time, I started to notice they actually had more fun with stuff that they could tear apart. And 9 times out of 10, that was random cheap stuff like Trader Joe's bags or cardboard boxes. So fast forward a few days after that idea, I created my first cat DIY, and it turned out a lot better than I expected. I only anticipated that it would last maybe a week in my house, and it ended up lasting 2 months. They were obsessed with it within the first few seconds of me creating it, and there wasn't a day that went by that I didn't see them utilizing it. And the best part about it was that it was 100% free. And it's not just about the fact that it's free, because I can afford to buy more toys for my cat. I can definitely afford to buy more toys for my cat. It's more so about the fact that I just don't want a bunch of clutter. So I said to myself, as I continue this routine of providing my cats new forms of enrichment, I would prefer for them to have things that they can rip through, run through, engage with, and then get rid of, rather than like storing a bunch of plastic or toys. Because the point is to have options. Now, I'm not a professional builder, but I'm a professional finesser. And with that in mind, you have the option to buy or the option to DIY. And episode 1 is going to be cat puzzles. So here's a breakdown of how I created this concept for this toy. The first thing I did was go on Pinterest for inspiration. Me and Pinterest, since I was a kid, have been like this. I always get so inspired by some of the ideas and just how creative some people can genuinely get. After I found a few pieces of inspiration, I first broke down the previous cat toy and gathered anything I could recycle again. I've also, for the last 2 months, just kind of collected as many toilet paper rolls, paper towel rolls, or boxes that I could, because I knew that I was going to be doing more projects like this in the future. Once I had my inspiration and the resources that I was going to be using for the project, I went ahead and sketched out the big picture idea. I knew I was going to use the little cardboard, the rectangular cardboard box that I had as a base. And then I was like, I want them to be able to like reach and pull their treats out, because I did notice that when we made the first project, they had a hard time understanding how to use the little toilet paper rolls as a sort of tunnel to grab the treats. And so I wanted them to exercise that thought process a little bit more. And that's why I dedicated an entire section for that. And then I also wanted them to learn how to like knock something out of something or spin something, get creative, and really challenge them to think outside the box. And so when I saw the little flipping treat toy, I was like, ooh, I really, really like that concept. And I came up with my little concept with the resources that I had. And after I finalized the sketch, it was really easy to make everything come to life. I first started with making sure that I had enough toilet paper rolls. I cut some of the paper towel rolls up so that I had like different lengths for the cats to reach in. Some of the string off of one of their toys was unraveling, so I cut that up to use that as the string for the little flipping portion. I'm very conflicted with this project because part of me wants to upgrade and try harder at my DIY, because I don't think there's any product that exists that is like as interactive as my DIY. But then another part of me says it's just not very durable right now. Then I had this idea to like create these little prongs. I saw a few cat toys that had these prongs under them that just slows down the cat's access to the treat once they've fallen out. I didn't really have any good options for bringing that to life, so I ended up taking the handles off the Trader Joe's bag and like twisting them, and then just like stabbing them through the cardboard box as something for them to both chew on, but it also slowed down their access to their treats once they fell. And so now for the best part, their reaction. I genuinely don't know why I continue to underestimate my cat's ability to make the most out of what they get. As soon as I put the treats in it, they knew exactly what to do and they had the best time. And clearly they were very enriched by this. They kind of just went at it for like 45 minutes. And then throughout the day, I would notice they kept returning back to it. But I didn't realize how entertaining this was. Yeah. A big part of me is leaning towards buy right now because of how much they destroyed this toy. I'm gonna consider this like the beta test. I think what I'm gonna do is upgrade it, do a better job because it was put together with tape. Yeah, I'm gonna upgrade it, reinforce it, set it back out, see how long it lasts. At the end of the day, it's still a win. I could just throw it away, let him use it for a week if it doesn't last that long. And if it does last longer, even better. And yeah, from there I'll decide, like based on how long it lasts and based on how much my cats interact with it on a daily basis, I may have to buy. I consider this a success. If you're interested in just more things cats, stick around. And if that's all, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next time.